Hey y'all, welcome back to Inside the Creator. I'm April. This is a place to be for emotional wellness, mindset, and self discovery for the creator in you. Today we're talking about celebrating yourself. But first, it's been a very long day, and I just want to take some deep breaths. Let's take some deep breaths and then we can get into this. Ready? Breathe in. Release. Breathe in and hold. And let it all go. All right, so now that we've cleared the energy, I wanted to talk about celebrating yourself because, real talk, I don't. Uh, some of these things on this list here, these are things that I personally struggle with. And it's not that I'm just so humble that I don't celebrate myself. I just, I'm just not naturally one of those people who just readily pats myself on the back, right? I know people. My husband, he's like that. He doesn't mind saying, I did such a good job. Like, I would never say that, right? It doesn't matter if someone says, like, I bake or I do a lot of things like, you eat my cake and you're like, oh, this cake was amazing. I'm like, okay, it was a cake. I'm not over here like, I did that. That's just not me. And I am learning to acknowledge when I do something, whether it's great or not, right? If it's, I don't know, it's just, it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter. Like, even if my cake tastes like trash, I made a cake. So I should be celebrating myself, right? I should be telling myself I did a good job and that I did try my best and all that good stuff. But I usually just do things and I kind of just skip over it. I go to the next thing. Like, I'm kind of a task rabbit, kind of a getter doner, right? Like, I do the thing and then I did it, and now we just go with this. All right, it's some other stuff to do. Let's go, right? And the only problem about that is you never really get to experience your own greatness. Uh, Celebrating yourself is just a really good time to reflect on the journey, right? To get to the thing that you've accomplished, the challenges you may have had that you actually overcame, because that's always a thing. That you, while you did the things, some things happened and it wasn't all that great, and you overcame it, and even if you overcoming it looks like crying right in your pillow, right, and being upset for a day and then coming back and getting back to it, even if it looks like that, it's still overcame it. You finished it, you did it. Um so I think that's the biggest thing with celebrating, is that it's just a time to reflect. It's time and experience you completing something, or just completing some small task on the way to that big thing. Because that's what we're talking about as well. Just celebrating the small victories that you have along the way, right? Learning something new and putting something in place that you never did before. That's big, whether you believe it or not, because you'd be surprised how many people are not doing anything all day. So when you go and you do something small and it's towards that big thing, or you actually accomplish that big thing, it's big. It's all of it. Every single bit of it is a big deal, right? So this list is just it's one, two, it's about 5 reasons why you don't celebrate yourself, and why I feel like those things are not helping on your creator journey, right? And the first thing is focusing on the end goal, right? Sometimes we set out to do something that we feel is like big. There's this focus, this hunger to get to the end, to see the final outcome, and that outcome is the big thing. But again, like I was saying before, this movement, these small steps that to get you there, we don't stop to celebrate those because it's just all about the end goal. And then here's the thing, what if the end goal never happens for some reason, right? So we're on this journey, we're doing this thing, we're trying to get it done, we're accomplishing these small things but are big wins, and we're not stopping to celebrate those big wins, and then like that thing never happens for whatever reason, right? Because life's right. So just stopping to celebrate those small things and not really focusing on just that one big end goal thing is probably a good idea for all of us, so that it'll for me, I think it just keeps that momentum going. It keeps me connected to the project. Um it keeps me learning, right? Learning about me, and just stopping to say, you know what, even like this project here with creating my YouTube channel and making videos and trying to stay on a schedule. Um, that if I make a video and I post it, I'm really, really proud of myself. Yeah, that's not the end goal. It's not. All right. Like I'm building a business from this channel, right? I am having like a creative consulting services and helping other people with their projects and stuff like that. That's kind of the end goal, is getting to where I'm helping other people to bring their creative, creations to life. And so that's the big goal, and but sitting here making this video for me is a big thing. And every time I get a chance to make a video and edit a video and get it up on YouTube, I'm like, let's do it. I did it, right? And so I feel like focusing on the end goals is one thing, and then perfectionism, right? Sometimes you feel like if we take imperfect action, which there's no way we can't take imperfect action, because that's all we always going to take, imperfect action to imperfect action, and it's going to get us to that goal at some point. We feel like if it's not perfect, well, then I'm not going to celebrate that because it's not perfect. And again, another, that's just, that judgment, that judging us, judging our efforts. And honestly, think about someone that you love, your children, your spouse, your somebody you really, really care about. And if they finish something, completed something, and would you look at them and say, well, I mean, it wasn't perfect, so did you really do anything? Uh, you wouldn't say that to them. That's crazy, right? Like that would be absolutely insane to say that to your child, or to your sister or your brother. Like, well, I mean, I know you did that thing, but I mean, it wasn't. So that, come on. So stop doing it to yourself. All right. The next one is, you think it'll cause complacency. You think that, if I do this thing, and if I just stop to say I did a good job, or I go buy myself some ice cream for posting this video, I'm going to get complacent, right? I'm going to lose motivation because I'm celebrating too early. And honestly, I feel like this one is the most valid, I can say. And I only say it's valid because you have to know who you are, right? If you are the kind of person that you feel, right, as if, well, I know me. Like, for me to stay motivated, I can't stop and, do all the hoopla, because it's going to make me psychologically believe that I'm finished, right? It's some of us that's built like that. And if you are built like that, like, you have to discern whether it's going to affect you, or how it's going to affect you, or at least modify the way that you celebrate, right? Like, just so that you can stay on that path, like you can, or build. I feel like building small celebrations in the mid, like even something small, like ordering the mug you wanted, something like that, to celebrate you posting. If it's like, say, for instance, if it was posting videos, like, okay, for every 10 videos I post, at 10 I'm going to get myself this, at 20 I'm going to take myself out on a personal personal date, for myself. I'm gonna get that shirt I wanted when I hit 30, 30 videos, like something like that, that kind of just keeps you in a place of, well, I got this little trinket, this little token to commemorate, my progress, right? And it doesn't have to be something big and ridiculous. denoting that you finished the thing, right? And again, you just have to know yourself and how you respond to psychological things like that. Okay, and the next one is comparing yourself to other people. Like sometimes we don't celebrate what we do because we think, well, I mean, it's not like theirs. So, and I mean, for me, like the videos that this kind of video that I'm making, I watch a lot of other women, Black women, a lot of, just speaking on personal development and things like that. And I mean, their videos are fantastic, phenomenal. They got great lighting, great makeup, right? You know, some of them are younger, some, I ain't got no hair, right? Some of them got like long hair hanging out their backs and stuff like that. And I mean, it's easy for me to be like, you know what? I mean, my stuff is not like theirs. So, I mean, am I really doing anything? Really? Like, if it's not what they doing? So yeah, that's dumb. So comparison is the thief of joy, and I'm gonna leave it right there. You want to be unhappy? Keep looking around and looking at other people do stuff. Celebrate yourself, celebrate your efforts, celebrate your accomplishments, and that's all that really matters. Okay. All right, this is a good one. Self-criticism. People like me, and maybe like you, we're just hard on ourselves, right? That's just what it is. A lot of us, it comes from childhood. It comes from childhood trauma. It comes from, having low self-esteem, low self-worth, daddy issues, mommy issues, right? We're just hard on ourselves. It's just, we gotta grind it. We gotta grind ourselves and make ourselves feel like we're not good enough. You're not moving fast enough. You're not. It's toxic. It's very toxic. It's a toxic behavior, and these are one of those things that you may have to go to therapy for, and you may just have to be self-aware. Be very, very self-aware of that negative voice in your head that is very, very hard on you and just wants you to feel like, like you did do those things. But it's not really enough. Like that mean girl in your head. Like you really do have to learn to manage her, right? And that may be with therapy, definitely with therapy, definitely with definitely journaling, talking back, like learning to uh just when you experience those negative thoughts and negative feelings around your progress, really taking it and saying, you know what? I know that this inner critic is not going to like what I'm about to say, but I'm going to say it anyway because I'm in charge, right? Like she's not in charge, I'm in charge, right? Like, and I think that it's kind of like I was just speaking to that negative tone, that negative person, and it takes courage, right? It takes courage because if you've been so hard on yourself and you speak hard to yourself all the time, busting out literally and saying, I'm doing so good. I'm so proud of myself. This is really, really good. It's just a lot. It's a lot to say to yourself if you just don't say stuff like that to yourself. So it's getting in the habit of saying that kind of stuff to yourself. And the more you say it, the more you just literally just say it, high five yourself, that negative voice starts to get smaller and smaller and smaller because again, that's just a habit. And again, a lot of us learn that from childhood, as it just is what it is, right? And it is a softening, and it is self-compassion, and a softening like to yourself, and self-compassion, and just caring for yourself like a nurturing mother would, right? Just that mothering energy of, you did such a good job and I'm so proud of you, and mean it. And even if you don't mean it, say it anyway. So all right, and I guess this is the last one. The last one is somebody told you not to toot your own horn. And I am from a Pentecostal Christian background. And, you know, if you grow up in church, if you grow up in, religious spaces, there are a lot of people telling you not to toot your own horn, and to, and to practice humility and things like that. So sometimes we can get confused with society or with religion telling us, well, you can't just tell yourself, right, that you did a good job. Stop boasting, stop bragging. And I don't think telling yourself that you did a good job is bragging. um, there is braggadocious behavior, and I think we all know what that is, right? Because usually it's not authentic. Usually, if we're bragging about how awesome we are around other people or for other people's edification, usually it's not real anyway. We're trying to feel good about ourselves in the eyes of other people. So, in that regard, yeah, it's boasting and it's bragging, and usually it's insecurity versus real self celebration, right? So, again, this is something that you have to really look at on your own, right? What feels good to you, right? What doesn't cross the lines of humility if you think that too much self celebration is just too much, according to your beliefs, right? Um, what feels good to you? And you kind of have to, use discernment. And for me, again, I just believe there's braggadocious and just, insecure behavior trying to convince other people that you're great or that you did something great. And I think that me acknowledging, telling myself, you did a good job, I'm proud of you, let's do this, look, let's do the next thing, right? Like encouraging myself and motivating myself is not braggadocious, and it's not tooting my own horn. It is really just having a great relationship with myself and just making sure that I'm my biggest cheerleader, right? And yeah, so that's all I have with celebrating yourself. You can run it back and kind of write some stuff down. I suggest journaling about it. Um, please share your comments about how you celebrate yourself, or if you have any like resistance in celebrating yourself. And again, the point of celebrating yourself really is just to reflect and to make sure that you notice and see how great you are and how committed you are, right, to your progress, and how much you are growing as a person. It's not for other people, it's just for you to celebrate yourself, especially with committing to your creator journey and dedicating yourself to making this a thing and building your wealth. So yeah, thank you guys so much. And again, leave a comment about how you celebrate yourself, and also what challenges do you have right now on your creator journey? I would really like to know that, and I'm gonna say that in every video because I want to know. Throw that down in the comments and just tell me, what's the problem. Thank y'all so much, and y'all have a good night.